When the view frame is changed after sheet layouts are created, either location, rotation, or scale, the associated sheet layout viewport does not update. Realigning the view inside of a paperspace viewport to a view frame in model space takes multiple steps and can be difficult if rotation is required. The align viewport command will align a view inside a viewport to a specific location and rotation in model space. The align viewport command is developed and provided by WizDot. Here I've created some view frames, and I've also created sheets from those view frames. You can see at the end of the 4 sheets here that there's some overlap with the last sheet. This usually happens because the sheet starts at the beginning of the alignment or the beginning of the start of where you want the sheets, and the end of the last sheet usually ends at the end of the alignment or where you've chosen to end your sheet. So you're going to get a little overlap here. So if I look at my sheet page here, you can see there's some white space left over here. I'd rather have this match line here at the edge of the sheet. So we can use this tool to fix that. If I go into model space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this so I can get it exactly correct. I'm going to use the distance command. Measure my distance here. And it's 425 feet. So I'm going to move this viewport 400 or this view frame 425 feet. I'll go ahead and select it. I'll select the diamond grip in the middle and move it in the direction I want and type in 425 and hit enter. And you can see it's slid it up here. But the problem is when I go back to the sheet, the sheet viewport doesn't update, and that's just the way that Civil 3D works. You can move the view frame, but the viewport will not update. So I need to get this viewport back centered so I can get my match line down at the edge here. So we can use the Align Viewport tool to do that. I'm going to go to my MDT Tools ribbon, and my Viewport Tools, and my Align Viewport. And to do this, I need to be in the Layout first. And it asks me to pick a point inside the viewport, so I'll pick any point inside of it. It's going to shoot me into model space. It's going to ask me to pick the left midpoint, and what it's asking me to do is where do I want to line up in model space with the left edge midpoint of the viewport on the sheet. So I'd like the view frame midpoint to match up with the viewport midpoint, so I'm going to select that. Now it's going to ask me to pick the right midpoint. It's the same thing. Where do I want that right midpoint to line up with the right midpoint of the viewports? So I'm going to pick the viewports, the view frame midpoint here. And then it's going to ask me, I have 2 choices here. I can set the width or the scale. If I set it to width, it's going to fit whatever I picked in model space to the width of the viewport, but it will not be at scale. So if you're just concerned with getting an area in the viewport but not at scale, you could pick the width. It'll automatically set it to fit. But I'm going to go ahead and pick scale here, and I'm at 200 scale, so I'm going to type in 200 and enter, and it's going to do its thing here. Now you can see it's shifted the viewport over to get that edge to line up with the edge of the viewport here.